It's pumpkin season. I'm gonna teach you guys some of my favorite pumpkin spice recipes, and we're gonna start today with donuts, of course.
These are my baked pumpkin spice donuts with maple icing.
We're gonna make these donuts gluten-free because I'm gluten-free and they're actually delicious. No one will even know they're gluten-free. They're more of like a cake texture. And we're gonna use just one bowl. A lot of my recipes, I like to just use one bowl because I do not like a mess. I like things to be easy and fast. Oh wait, first step, we gotta turn the oven.
Turn it on to bake at 350.
So here are all the ingredients. I kind of laid them out just so you guys could see them, but normally I just do them one by one and go right into the bowl. I was thinking we should start a pumpkin series because I love pumpkin. So my favorite things to make during the season are my donuts. I also love to make pumpkin loaf, like there's like a big loaf with icing on top. I love making pumpkin muffins, pumpkin cupcakes, pumpkin spice lattes, of course, and I really want to try to make pumpkin churros. I've never made them before, so we're gonna try together.
Now it's time to make these donuts. And you guys, it took so long to finalize this recipe. I did this 2 other times and they were a complete fail.
3. I don't know, for some reason the texture is really good, but the flavor wasn't perfect. It needed more pumpkin or something, I don't know. But the texture is there, so I'm messing with the recipe and we're on round 3.
And we finally got it. So here's the final recipe.
1 cup of pumpkin, 1/3 cup of avocado oil,
1 cup of sugar. You can use granulated sugar or coconut sugar. 1/4 cup of oat milk. 1/4 cup of maple syrup.
1 teaspoon of vanilla bean paste.
Then mix. Then you're gonna add 1 1/4 cup of gluten-free flour or regular flour if you don't want it gluten-free. 1/2 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And lastly, 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
I switched to a wooden spoon here so that way it's a little bit easier to mix because it's gonna be a thick batter. Kind of smash it against the sides of the bowl just to make sure there's no powder left. And once everything is incorporated, you're good to go. Try not to overmix. I don't like overmixing gluten-free.
The easiest way to put this batter in a donut mold is to put it in a Ziploc baggie or a pipe bag and then just pipe it into the mold. Then I take a spatula or a spoon and smooth out the tops. Then you're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 14 to 16 minutes, but sometimes it'll go longer. It just depends on your oven.
Now we're gonna make the icing, and we have 20 minutes while the donuts are in the oven, so I figured I would answer some of my most asked questions or anything you guys wanna know. So I was thinking for this video, you guys could just leave some questions down below, and then the next time we bake something together, I will answer the questions that you guys left on this video. First question.
¿De dónde sacaste el nombre de tus restaurante de las donas?
The donut shop.
Sí.
Saint Honoré, I actually came up with the name because it's my favorite street in Paris. There's a street called Rue Saint Honoré, and it has all of these couture shops on there and these couture pastry shops, and they're amazing. So when I went to that street, and that feeling that you get on that street, it's just so amazing and beautiful and luxury. So I was like, that is the perfect name for Saint Honoré. So when we thought of doing a couture donut shop where I wanted it to be where you'd walk in and see it, that's like what you would see on the streets of Paris. So that's how we named it. Just quickly for the icing, I just do powdered sugar. I put like 2 cups of powdered sugar in there, and then I put about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And then you're gonna wanna put about a tablespoon of oat milk. And then I start in the middle, small. It's gonna look like it's not all gonna melt in there, that sugar, but it will. It's just, you want it thick.
Then I added about a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste, and you can add some pumpkin spice to it too if you want it extra pumpkin-y. But for mine, I made it a vanilla bean maple icing.
Okay, what's my next question?
¿Dónde va a ser tus próximas vacaciones?
My next vacation? We're actually booking a trip this week to Portugal. I'm really excited. I love Portugal. I've been there like 3 or 4 times now. It's where my husband is from. He's from the north part of Portugal. And I actually have my godparents there too. They're in Lisbon. So we'll be going all over Portugal. And of course, I'll be taking you guys with me. And I will share everything we do there. I'm so excited though. And we're taking the kids too.
¿Cuál es tu color favorito?
It's been pink my whole life, but I feel like I really love like those nude shades now, but I don't know. I'm gonna stick with pink.
¿Cuál es tu comida favorita?
My favorite food?
Mm-hmm.
Mexican food, of course.
What is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? Christmas, for sure.
Why?
Why? I don't know. It's just something about the season. It makes everyone so happy. Like the music, the movies, one of my favorite movies is The Holiday, and I watch that like all the time during the holiday season. But I don't know, there's just like something magical about Christmas, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's almost ready. 35 seconds. Any more questions?
¿Cuál es tu dona favorita?
My favorite donut to eat, I would say maple. I love a good maple donut. When I was little, I would get the maple bars. They were my favorite.
¿Y cuál era tu dulce favorito de pequeña?
Oh, a crunchy bar.
What is that?
It's like this chocolate crunchy bar from, I used to eat them when I grew up in New Zealand, and it has honeycomb on the inside and milk chocolate on the outside. So good.
Y continuamos con las preguntas mientras las donas se enfrían. Okay. ¿Cuál es tu memoria favorita?
My favorite memory?
Uh-huh.
I think it would be being in New Zealand. My dad actually used to have a boat in New Zealand, and we would, as a family, go out all the time on the boat, and we would jump off the boat and like swim to these nearby beaches. Now that I think about it, it's probably a little dangerous, but but it was so much fun, and I still remember that.
¿Cuál es el regalo que más te ha gustado? O sea, como el regalo más significativo que te hayan dado en toda tu vida.
A favorite present that I've ever got?
Ajá.
I don't know. I think for me, I don't know why presents aren't that important to me. I think for me, it's time. So like a vacation that we've taken as a family, or, you know, I'll always remember like the first vacation I took with Sophie, when me, Michael, and Sophie, when we first had her, and I was like a new mom. I was freaking out. We went to Hawaii, and it's just, for me, that's way more important than any present. All right, time to ice the donuts. You ready? Okay, so there's two ways you can ice a donut. You can either dip it or spoon it on. We're spooning it today. Just like that. Good job. You the icing girl now? Okay, now spread it out. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Mila likes eating these just plain without the icing, so I'm gonna leave two with no icing. See?
Mama.
Yeah? You want icing? Now you wanna try the icing? Ready? Taste test? That's why I told you don't like icing. You wanna hold it for you now?
Yeah.
How is it? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 10? Nice. Thank you. Okay, let's move these onto this little tray. Excuse me, miss. I thought you didn't like icing. Now you're an icing girl?
Mommy.
Yeah?
I said it.
It's good? I know.
Don't they look so delicious?
Time for a little taste test. Cannot wait to try them. You ready? You trying it? You're trying the icing. Donut time. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh, the texture is so good. Mmm. Look at the inside. They're perfect. They're not overly pumpkin. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And they're not too sweet either. The icing is the sweetest part. If you guys have ever had like the pumpkin loaf from Starbucks, or it kind of tastes like that to me, right? That pumpkin
Yes.
loaf from Starbucks, it has that kind of texture, like kind of a cake texture.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Tú tienes una receta de pumpkin bread, tú, ¿no?
Mhm.
And you like.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yay! Not yet. If you guys like these recipes, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let me know what other questions you have for me. And if you try these, make sure you tag me because I want to know what you think. Bye. Ah! Say bye. Say bye, everyone.